Hey guys, what's up? It's Lindsay again, and today I'm going to be talking to you guys about applying for college and university. Because I know how stressful it can be, and I know right around this time, actually, like in December, I remember I applied December 8th, 2017 for college and university. So if you're new to my channel, I'd love you to subscribe. And I go to Ryerson University in Toronto, Ontario, Canada for fashion communication. I'm not going to be talking about that program specifically, my program specifically, but I have videos about it. I'll hopefully link them down below if I remember. I'm just going to be talking about general tips of applying it to college and university and like what factors you should consider. So I have a little list. So my first one would be, when you're applying, the main thing you should be looking at is the program, not the location of the school. That is a big one because you're not going to get the best of both worlds in that sense. Like, it worked out for me pretty well actually. Like, I really wanted to be in Toronto and my program was here, but I'd say definitely go for the program, not the location. Like, unless it's like across the country and you're really like not into that and you don't want to go that far, then maybe reconsider. But if it's your dream program, I'd say go for the program, unless like financial factors and all that don't align well with that you can't actually go or afford to go. Don't put yourself in too much debt. Don't limit yourself just because the location is too far, and don't go to a city you just really want to live in and the program sucks. Like, you really just want to go for your specific program. If it's your dream program, go try and make it in and try and adapt to whatever city it is in you. But I wouldn't say go for a specific city. Like, don't say, oh, I really want to go to school in Toronto, and just pick a random program. I would just say, yeah, definitely just don't limit yourself to one location. And another one of stories you hear is people going to school with their boyfriend or girlfriend, going to the same school, and then they break up, and then one person regrets their decision that they're going to that school, and it's just like you're stuck there. So I would say don't follow anyone to school. Honestly, it's better for yourself to be independent if you don't go to the same school as someone you know, especially like a boyfriend or girlfriend or like your best friend, just because you experience like a whole new environment by yourself, and you get to learn how you adapt to things and learn more about yourself and just like grow by yourself and not have anyone really hinder that growth. So yeah, that's my advice about that. Like, I know some people go live with their best friend in university and in college in the dorms, but I personally would never do that or follow my boyfriend to school. Like, it just didn't work out that way, and I knew what program I wanted. But I would say definitely don't have that be the determining factor. If you have like a dream program at another school and you're just following your boyfriend or girlfriend just because that they're going to a different school and you just don't want to be far from them for your own education, I would say it's not worth the money, especially because you're paying so much for school. You want to make it worth it for you, not just a compromise, you know? You never know, you may break up with them, it may not work out, and then you're left seeing them around, and then it may be awkward. I don't know. Just like, don't follow anyone to school, and don't let that determine your decision, and don't make a compromise for your education, especially since you're paying so much for it. Also, and just like the general, like, should I apply to school or not? If you don't know what you're doing, if you don't have a clear idea of what you want to do, don't waste your money on school yet. Take a gap year. Gap years are so common. You can get a lot of money from working full-time. You can research more into schools. If you literally don't know what you want to do, you could travel. You could do so much with a gap year instead of going to school and wasting money and then dropping out and then not knowing what you want to do, you know? So I would say definitely consider a gap year. I think everyone should consider it and be like, is this program what I really want to do? If you really don't know what field you want to go in, if you literally like can't decide between like, I don't know, like drama school and science, like, I feel like you should take your time, step back, and it's okay to take time off to decide, even like a semester. Like, don't feel pressured to go to school right away just because all your friends are going. Like, my sister took a gap year. I know people in my year took a gap year, and it's okay to even take two if you don't know what you're doing. You just don't want to waste your time and money on something that you're not gonna enjoy. And don't go to university just because everyone else is. Like, do what's best for you. Oh, the stupid heat keeps coming on. I want to film, but I'm sorry if you can hear that. I'm really too lazy to go downstairs to turn it off. Okay. Sorry if you can hear like that hissing noise. I just closed the vents, so it's kind of loud. And when you're deciding about schools, I would say make a pro and a con list. Like, this is what, because I had to choose between what, not schools, programs. Like, even make a pro and con list about programs, about the schools, like consider location. If you really can't decide between what school or program you want, make a pro con list, like how far is it from your family, the cost of it, the opportunities that it could bring, like exchange opportunities or internship opportunities, that kind of thing. Just consider all the factors, because you don't want to leave something out and then regret choosing one over the other just because you didn't know which one to choose. Like, you want to make sure you have a clear decision and have considered everything before you make your final decision on your school. But I mean, obviously you can always transfer after. It takes a longer process anyway. Okay. Just take the time to sit down, write out a list, and talk to people and really get a good idea of each program. Like, go visit the campus and then sit with it for a bit and then decide. Like, you obviously can apply to both, and then if you get in, that's like even if you don't get into one school, then obviously you know what one to go with. But I'd say apply to both, obviously, and if you get into both, make a pro and con list and then decide. And once you decide on a program, or if you're in your pro and con stage, I say reach out to people in that program or people you know who go to that school even. I didn't know anyone in fashion communication, but I did go to a lot of like the open houses and all of that and talk to a lot of people and watch some YouTube videos of people who are in this program and got an idea of what it was like. And I really liked the campus, and it was like it's the only university fashion degree in Canada, basically. I think there's one in BC, but it's really a unique program. So I took my time talking to people and really researching it on my own and just seeing people's experiences. I think that's important to get to know people's firsthand experiences about the program they're in and the school, and just talking to someone whose position that you are going to be in. I would say go visit the campus of the school you want to go to, or if you're deciding between, because sometimes like as soon as you walk onto campus you'll know, like you could see yourself there, but sometimes you're just like, I really can't see myself here. Like when I came to Ryerson, I was like, I love it here. My campus honestly isn't that pretty, but I just loved being downtown. It was so close to so much, and it was just like an exciting feeling. It wasn't like, could I survive here? Like, you want to make sure that you're going to enjoy being there. You're going to picture yourself living in that area. And along with that, like, go to open houses at the universities, because then they can give you on campus tours and you just get more information about the school, the program, and like all the different opportunities and amenities and all that kind of thing if you actually go visit the campus. Definitely however you feel when you're on a campus is a big determining factor, I'd say. And when you're deciding, don't try and please people with the decision of the program you're going into. Yeah, if everyone, like a lot of people go into engineering just because it looks almost like you have to be really smart to be an engineer, and it's just like really looked high upon, and if you're just doing that to please like your family, or just to say, oh yeah, I'm in engineering, but you really hate it and it's not what you want to do. Like, you really need to decide your program based on what's best for you, not what's best for other people. Like, don't try and please your parents, don't try and please anyone. You really want to do what you feel is right for you, and don't be embarrassed if you're going into a program that's like very out there and not really common. Like, I was embarrassed to go into mine just because it's so different and kind of cool, and like I don't think it's some people may be like, oh, you're in fashion school, like that's like what do you do, just like decide outfits and stuff. Like, some people may see it as not hard and not an important industry. I mean, that's their problem, to be honest, and that wouldn't let me determine what I want to do and what I don't want to do. But yeah, I never really got negative feedback about going to fashion school. It just, because I'm still in university, I'm still getting a degree, I'm getting a Bachelor of Design, which is way better than like a BA, in my opinion, but that's just my program and very different experience than other people, and everyone's taking their own path, but I'm just saying my program's different for sure. But if you really like love theater and want to go into theater production or religious studies even, like, do what you want to do. Don't let anyone tell you what you should and shouldn't do, or don't let what other people say affect what you choose as your career path, because you're stuck with it for life basically. Like, getting a degree in whatever you're getting it in is your career path basically, unless you go back to school. But I would say go into what you want to go in. Don't let anyone tell you that it's stupid or dumb or different, because it's okay to be different and it's good to be different, and if you really love science, if you really love math, that's cool too. If you really want to go into engineering, go into engineering if that's what you see yourself doing, but just don't try and please anybody. I would say, I know a lot of people slack off in grade 12. I didn't personally. That's probably the year I worked the hardest in, and it paid off because I got a 96 average, 96.2 average, because I worked hard, and that was important to me because I knew my program was hard to get into, and it was 50% based on my portfolio that I sent in and 50% based on my grades. And I got waitlisted, and I think it was my grades when they received my final transcript that got me in. That's what I'm thinking, because I got accepted like a few days after my transcript went out. So I'd say work hard in grade 12, don't slack off. Like, I know it's senior year, but you really want to look back on it not as like that's what determined how I got into my program. That was a special case, obviously. But yeah, I would say just work hard, finish off strong. You don't want to slack. Because grade 11, 12 are the most important years, I'd say, for marks. And it's good to start in grade 9 if you're that young and watching my videos. Work hard from that point on, because you're just going to establish a really good work ethic and feel like you're doing a good thing for yourself, and just staying on track and being organized and setting yourself up for a really good future. Be organized and be on task at such a young age. So I would say definitely don't slack off, because it could be a determining factor in your application process. Another one is apply to many universities, many colleges, and rather than just applying to the one you want, because you may not get into your first choice and you want to have other options. I only applied to 3 because it costs $150 to apply to 3 universities, I think, and I think it's like $90 to apply to 5 colleges in Canada, or the Ontario application process anyway. I applied to 3 programs. I applied to professional communication at Ryerson, fashion communication at Ryerson, and communication something at Brock as my backup. But I knew I would get into Procom because I didn't need a portfolio, and I knew my marks were okay, and I wanted to go to Ryerson. You can apply to up to 3 programs at one university, I think. So that's what I did. But you can apply for more. It just costs more. But I would say apply to more if you're really not sure and you have like a lot of options. Apply to university and college, honestly. If you're really not sure, it's good to have options, and you may change your mind in a few months. You may re-examine like all the pros and cons of everything and redecide like what you want to do. And I don't know, it's just better to have more options than to not have the option when you could have had the option, you know? Yeah, that's my advice for that. And I think that's basically everything that I want to cover. I would say just only do things. This is such like a detrimental point in your life, and it's very important decision. I guess one piece of advice would be, don't please others, please yourself, do what's best for you. Don't make any compromises. I wish you all luck if you're applying, or if you're wanting to even transfer programs and you came across this video or something. I just hope this could help someone in like just seeing how to decide what program to go into, and don't be embarrassed about anything you want to pursue, even if you want to. So that's just my advice on applying, and I wish everyone the best of luck. Their final exams and first semester and midterms if you're still in midterms the next semester, and applying to university if you're still in high school. And yeah, if you have any more questions about my program or Ryerson even, I may do a whole video on Ryerson, living in Toronto or something soon. I just wanted to do this because I was like, oh, it's like applying season soon for grade 12. So if you have any more questions, leave them in the comments below, or you can Instagram DM me. My Instagram's below, or I'll put it here if I remember. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope someone found this helpful, and don't forget to subscribe. That would mean a lot to me, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye! Oh, baby.